What's going on, guys? Fate here, and welcome back to the channel. And today I'm here recording my SDL low tier week 4 game versus my boy Steve Urkel. You already know he's got the shuckle. And if you're a part of SDL, you probably have some faint knowledge about my boy Steve and how he likes to play. So I was pretty excited for this game because I knew it would be offensive and fun. So you can see the matchup on your screen, and yeah. So looking at it, I was like, yeah, I mean, pretty much Arthur's ult goes crazy as it has for basically every matchup. Maybe Compe could be a slight issue. Charizard looked insane this matchup, which is really awesome. And yeah, I mean, that was the main thing that I saw coming into this matchup, and I didn't find any of his mons to be too big of threats. Delphox was probably his biggest threat because Toad isn't the most reliable answer, and neither is Skuntank. So Delphox was probably his biggest threat going into it because there's no chance of bringing Solrock against Roserade, Vaporeon, Golurk, and yeah, I was not going to bring Solrock to this game. So he definitely had a huge threat in that mon. Anyways, let's go ahead and get into my prep. You guys can see the music in the matchup on your screen. Now you can't see the matchup, my bad. It's not the one I was trying to get rid of. But yeah, I'm going to leave that up there. And let's go ahead and look at the Ninetales. Ninetales is standard, same Ninetales that I've been running pretty much every week. Veil is just too good. And then obviously Aurora Veil looks very solid, as it always does pretty much. And then Freeze Dry just makes sense to hit Vaporeon, Encore, so I can lock things into set of moves, say Compe, or just in general Calm Mind, Delphox, No Tree, Phalanx, maybe, whatever you can think of. Moonblast also hits Phalanx. Arctozolt, Bolt Beacon, Iso Crash, pretty much the only stabs that I felt like I needed. In fact, I don't even think there's anything else that you can say I potentially need. So I thought about running Taunt. There's a couple of moves I thought about running. Taunt was definitely one of them. Taunt was one of them. I guess Rest, Protect, whatever. But Protect didn't really make sense because I want the Hail turns, right? So Protect didn't make a ton of sense. So I went up with Sub Hail, and Sub is here to, Sub is just a good move, and then Hail allows me to reset and potentially set up with Arctozolt for itself. Then we have Fortress here, Spadef with the lefties, mostly as I switch into Roserade, but also helps versus Compe, and then can also somewhat help versus other mons, maybe like Phalanx or something else like that. Breloom was Sash with Bullet Seed, Mach Punch, Rock Tomb, and Spore. Rock Tomb hit Delphox and Rotom Fan and Ninjask, and even Sneasel somewhat, Shuckle somewhat. Spore I get to put everything to sleep. Also, I think Rock Tomb 2 code, Roserade, and then Mach Punch was just good in general. It's probably my best fighting stab here. And I really wanted it to be able to outspeed Oko the Sneasel. And then Bullet Seed, obviously, for Vaporeon, Golurk, things like that. Overall, Breloom actually had a really solid matchup. In general, just its speed tier is a little low. And then Charizard had a really good matchup here, but I went with Flamethrower Roar versus Toxic. So I went with Toxic because I wanted to hit the Vape, obviously. And then Roar obviously gets rid of Compe, which was a pretty big threat for me and my team. And that was honestly the main reason I brought that. So Roar Toxic, this is the main answer to Compe, but also can help versus, say, Calm Mind, Delphox, or whatever else setup you can think of. I could have gone offensive probably, but I didn't really want to go offensive matched up into Vaporeon. I think that's pretty understandable. I only thought about offensive with just Toxic, but I ended up going with this. So yeah. Anyways, guys, that is the prep. Let's go ahead and get to the game. Okay, we are back with the game. So immediately I notice from what's different from the matchup and prep to the matchup now. So I see no Vaporeon, obviously, immediately, and no Golurk. And those are the two big mons that I see he didn't bring, and I also see that he decided to bring the Ninjask, which is somewhat of a threat to my team, honestly. I have to make sure Charizard's healthy. I'm going to see Sneasel and Comfey, and the Roserade. So he just brought a really offensive team here. There's a lot of pressure on my Fortress and my Charizard here to get it done defensively. Offensively, I think that my Breloom looks really good. Just in general, has super effective damage for pretty much everything, and if it doesn't, it 2-goes or it's the Shuckle, and Shuckle can't touch me. Same thing with Arctozolt. I mean, Arctozolt just looks insane with no ground type, GG. And then, honestly, Ninetales just wants to put the bail up, and Mismagius is fine. Anyways, let's go ahead and get into the lead matchup here. I lead Breloom as he leads Shuckle, so I'm like, wow, this is pretty good, and this is pretty much what I expected. I wanted to do this so I could deny Stealth Rock's webs, whatever, and I thought this was pretty solid. Although it was probably pretty obvious, and I could have made a play to potentially click Rock Tomb here and drop the Roserade speed and then be able to 2-go it. So that could have been something that I should have done. Also, wait, hold on, I gotta go back. I gotta do this for my boy Sammy. Let's have the matchup. He said, "Hi YouTube." So you know I had to do it to him. I had to do it for him. Anyways, back to the replay. Oh, I don't even remember what I was just saying. Oh yeah, so I probably could have made a prediction there. And yeah, definitely should have, because Spore was super obvious. I just wasn't sure whether he was gonna just like not care or something, right? So yeah, anyways, he goes for Shadow Ball, expecting my Mismagius to come in. I decide to go Zard first, and I just Roost up, or no I don't. I actually go for Plantar, which looked pretty good versus most of his team. He gets his Shuckle in, and gets up Rocks anyway, so yeah, it was pretty bad on my part there. And this time I go for Rock Tomb, expecting Roserade to come back in, but he goes Comfey. And he's just outplaying my Breloom here to start the game for sure, which sucks, because if I had gotten either of those plays right, I'd obviously be in a much better position. And also done it with minimal risk too, because my Breloom is Scarf. My Breloom is Sashed, so I could have done it with minimal risk. Obviously, I did not stay in there because I was worried about. I didn't stay in because because Bullet Seed didn't OHKO from that range. So yeah, I decided to go Zard here, and my Zard is definitely getting chipped down as he goes for U-turn and brings in his Stealth Box, and I can see from that damage that thing is Specs. So I have to get out of there with my Zard, and it sucks that it's so low. But I felt like that was the safest play at that point because I didn't have a great mid-ground option to make, to be honest. I'm going to go for Volt Switch there. He does crit one of the Psychics. It's not really that big of a deal, though. I believe I just go straight away for Shadow Ball. I don't really want to mess with this. Another play where I maybe could have done something differently and been put into a better situation. I just sacked my Fortress there to try to get some initiative. And I bring out my Ninetales because this looks like free bail. But unfortunately, the Roserade is Scarf, which is definitely something I did not pick up on. So Scarf Roserade is going to OHKO my Ninetales there, and I'm down 4-6, which is pretty big. But I'm going to go Arctozolt here and just go for Bolt Beak. He encores me, but like that's not a huge deal because I was just going to click Bolt Beak anyway, but he didn't really have another play, so it makes sense. Then he's going to go Ninjask here and go for Protect. And then obviously outspeed me, I think, the next turn with no Hail Up and the speed boost. U-turn is going to break my sub. I go straight away for Bolt Beak and do some okay damage to the Comfey for sure. But it goes for Dazzling Gleam here. But I decided to go for Hail, and he looks like he chose Dazzling Gleam instead of Draining Kiss for the damage. So I'm going to be able to outspeed and get another Bolt Beak off and make another kill with Arctozolt, which is going to put me even with him now. And he goes for Protect there. I definitely contemplated going for sub, but I definitely didn't. But now I predict him to go to Roserade and go for Ice Will Crash and get a kill on the Roserade. So my Arctozolt picks up huge kills here in this game. And yeah, now he's finally going to go with his Ninjask and kill my Arctozolt. And now we're 3-3. We're really coming down to the wire here. I go to Breloom, and I make a huge prediction here as the Delphox comes out, fearing Mach Punch. And I go Rock Tomb. I'm able to OHKO the Delphox, the biggest threat to the team. Now I make, which is what is honestly such a huge misplay. So obviously Breloom super dies to Dual Wing Gate, right? But instead of, and I wanted to say Breloom because if it ever comes in on Sneasel at the health that it's at right now, it should get a kill as long as I make the right prediction in a 50-50. So yeah, definitely I think saving Breloom was the right play. But I go to Zard instead of Mismagius, and I definitely think I should have sacked Mismagius because it might not have even got 2-co'd by Dual Wing Beat at that range, so it would have gotten some damage off potentially. And if I save Zard there, or if I go Mismagius, it gets killed by the Ninjask. I get a confirmed kill on this Ninjask here, and he has to go Sneasel to kill me. Because if he goes Sneasel first, and I just OHKO the Sneasel, and Ninjask comes out, and it's the same situation. So I get the free kill on the Ninjask, and then he has to go Sneasel to try to kill me, and it either doesn't kill me, and I kill it, or it does kill me, and then I Mach Punch to win the game in a 1-0 fashion. But instead, I go Charizard and take this Dual Wing Beat, and I sack it. And I believe my thought process was that I'm going to be able to bring out this Mismagius now. And I don't even know. I thought I was going to be able to come out and go for Thunderbolt. I guess I could just completely spaced on Protect potentially being an option there. And he goes for U-Turn, which I also spaced out on. And then he has Ice Shard, and I'm now in Ice Shard range. So I'm not going to be able to get a kill with Mach Punch either. And he goes for Ice Shard. I'm going to go for Dazzling Gleam and do 75. And I'm not going to be able to pick up even one kill there in the end game. So yeah, I just feel like I super threw that game away. And had I sacked Mismagius instead of Charizard, I basically just win the game for free. Anyways, let me know if I'm wrong in the comments, but I'm pretty sure that's how the game would have went. So that's pretty unfortunate, and I definitely should have won this game. Just a huge choke by me, I think, in general. And he definitely just outplayed me at the beginning of the game too, out-prepped as well, and I just didn't consider Scarf Roserade, and he played around Breloom really well early game. So yeah, anyways, I think that's all I have to say. We're now 1-3, so I gotta win out these last 2 games to have a chance at playoffs. Anyways, like the video if you like it, and subscribe for more. Catch you guys next time. Peace.